Often say, don't they, that you remember where you were when you first did this. You know, those big pivotal moments in life, the historical moments. On a more serious, of course, note, we all remember when we heard the sad news of the passing of our wonderful Queen, our monarch of 70 years, Queen Elizabeth II. And of course, other pivotal moments like the late and beautiful Princess Diana. Perhaps it was JFK. But you see, now in this brand new world that we're all living in, I wanted to share this particular thought with you because a lot of people over here in the United Kingdom say that the very first time they did this was in fact in 1953. Let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you today as ever. Thank you so much for your time and energy in getting through these things. Absolutely. Got a bee just wandering around here now. I know. Attack of the Killer Bees. That could be another film, couldn't it? You never know. Now, I wanted to share this, as I say, because I'd love your thoughts on this, because it's always good to find out exactly what the chums think about certain topics. Someone was talking the other day, and as many people know, as a full-time job, I work in the industry of television. And over here in the United Kingdom, quite a few channels are closing down, what they call linear TV. Apparently, less and less of us are watching television. What we do, in fact, is we watch things digitally, online, iPads, on our phones, whatever, but actually don't sit down. And when you think about it, there were those big things, were there not, way back when everybody sat around their television on maybe a Sunday night, maybe to catch Ed Sullivan, or over here it could have been the drama like The Brothers, the black and white minstrel show on a Saturday night, all sorts of big events that became TV epics. I think the real sort of turning point would be the 1980s, when everybody wanted to know who shot JR. And of course, what clothes, or wig in fact, Joan Collins was wearing in Dynasty. So in 1953, apparently, that was the real turn of point where so many televisions were sold, all thanks to our wonderful Queen Elizabeth II. And I wanted to ask you, as I say, our chums, what was the first thing that you really, truly remember watching on television? Was it your favourite serial, perhaps, like your mum sat you through, like Flintstones or the Jetsons? Maybe it was the weekly western of Bonanza or Rawhide. Casey Jones, remember him? There's so many shows that really resonate with you when you look back, and I think that's the whole point of nostalgia. For my generation, I remember seeing, as many people know, things like Scooby-Doo. I thought he was brilliant and still do today. But there were other shows too. The Double Deckers, which was all about kids who had a double-decker bus, and it was their den, their gang, and they all met everybody there, and they had these wonderful, wacky adventures. Of course, then you want a double-decker bus, don't you? A little bit tricky when you've got a small back garden, as I'm sure you can imagine, for your parents. So I throw this out to you, as I say, our wonderful community. Let me know what the very first TV programme or thing that really resonated with you. Was it in fact the coronation? Did your mum and dad sit you down to watch it wherever you were in the world? Was that the very first time? And when you think about television sets, they were like 9-inch screens, do you remember? And then you had to warm them up. I don't remember this, obviously I'm not that old, but you warm them up and then everybody came round to sit and watch. But television, really, when you think now, who would have thought all of these years down the line, we seemingly are abandoning the box for more instant gratification of being able to switch on whenever we fancy, watching box sets when we fancy, and more importantly, will now this piece of furniture that we all liked once become very much redundant? As ever, let me know in the comments below, and if you get the chance, please like and share. Neil Sean in the heart of a beautiful Yorkshire.